Meet the newest combo, Invoke Calamity, which can cast copies of itself, triggering things like the Flame Breather and Thermal Alchemist over and over again, which is absolutely ridiculous. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Today, we'll be playing with Boros Corolla. You heard me right. This is the big bird burn himself, Rem Colorus. We're going to break down today's deck list. It's a standard Mythic rank, best of one. We'll talk about the strategies, the synergies. We'll demonstrate all of this within the gameplay footage, giving you a deeper understanding. And then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and general shenanigans. So again, thank you all so much. Make sure to like the video, share your support, subscribe to the channel, maybe even become a YouTube member for exclusive content. And let's take a look at our new deck. Alrighty, the bird burn, the Toyota Corolla, because Rem Corollas? I don't know how I got there, but it's a quick budget car. You're really gonna love this. And this is really what the deck is built around. I did a mono red variant of this deck, which performed fantastically, and I'm absolutely obsessed with Invoke Calamity. More on that in a second. However, this is a 60 card standard best of one with a 2.2 average mana value. We have 12 creatures, 28 non-creatures, and only 20 lands. Say what? This bad boy is quick. We do have a couple spike field hazards here, but that really only does bring us to 22, which isn't a problem at all. We're using the snarls here within the land base. This is for consistency, opening up that second color without taking away from the tempo, coming in untapped, which is really quite nice. We've got the Den of the Bugbear here for additional damage mid-game, as it comes in as a 3/2 goblin, creating that 1/1 token as well on the attack, and then consistency through the pathway. Plenty of red, and that's our bread and butter here. And then just a few basic planes if we need. The only time we will want the planes is for the Sacred Fire and the Rem Colorus Stalwart Slayer. And keep in mind that you'll only ever need one source of white in the game at a time, and you will stack red. And this is primarily because Invoke Calamity is a quad red +1 generic, right? So 1 white, 4 red, and then you can do whatever you want with your life. At instant speed, you may cast up to 2 instants and or sorcery spells with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and your hand without paying their mana cost. And if those spells would be put into the graveyard, you'll exile them instead, and then exile Invoke Calamity as well, because, you know, this is a very powerful card. Comboing this on top of the Kezig Flame Breather for 2, a 1/3, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it'll deal 1 damage to each opponent. And then, of course, the Thermal Alchemist, also for 2, a 0/3 with Defender, tapping it to deal 1 damage to each opponent. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, untap the Thermal Alchemist. So, first things first, this is a cast. It will also allow you to cast 2 others, which is a triple cast, generating 3 damage from each Flame Breather, from each Alchemist, which is absolutely ridiculous, and that is before you counter in the damage that you'll be doing from the spells that you're casting for free. Now, where this gets really fun is comboing them into one another. If you have multiple copies, you can really go to town because it adds additional casts to your combo, which is nice. So, you know, this is 5. You can play with fire. You can play shock, a spike field hazard alongside it, triggering, of course, the Alchemist and the Flame Breather, getting additional damage, and then allowing you to cast another Calamity for more casts, which is super, super cool. So adding a little bit of damage to your playline here is acceptable. This damage will also be increased through Rem Colorus Stalwart Slayer as a 2/3 flying and haste for 3 mana. If a spell would deal damage to you or another permanent you control, prevent that damage. And if a spell would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals damage +1 instead. So now all of a sudden our shocks are hitting for 3. Our play with fires are hitting for 3. I mean, Spike Field for 2. Royal Eruption for 4. Say what? That's a lot of damage to do through the bird, and of course it has flying and haste and will do its own damage through the attack as well, which is really nice. We get to scry with play with fire. It's strictly better than shock, but we're running them both, and Spike Field Hazard is fine as well through the 1 cast combo through the Calamity, because we really want to have those 1-drops around. Royal Eruption is sorcery speed, but not when we cast it with the Calamity, because now we can cast sorceries at instant speed, which is absolutely fantastic. Screen bug there. I don't even know what that was. Crazy. It's not like I have a, you know, NASA computer here, basically. Anywho, Sacred Fire, that's going to deal 2 damage, gain us 2 life, flashback for 6, which is so expensive, but if it finishes the game, it finishes the game. Chandra is really nice here. 3 loyalty, 3 mana, +1, adding 1 red source to your pool, dealing 1 damage to any creature or player or planeswalker, +1 as well as a secondary ability to exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. This does not include lands as they are colorless, but everything else in our deck does have a red source in it, which is quite nice. And then -7, exiling the top 5 cards of your library. You can cast red spells from among them this turn, and you get an emblem with whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem will deal X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana to cast that spell, which will close out any game in a hurry. With this being said, the Invoke Calamity costs 5, right? So that's a lot of damage that will do a lot more damage, right? So, you know, if you get that Chandra -7 out, cast an Invoke on top of the Flame Breather, that is game and a half, which is really, really quite nice. And, you know, one of my favorite decks recently within the Mythic rank, and it's just tearing it up, you guys. This is so much damage. There's so much removal. If they are playing something like a Rune deck, you can just snag those couple creatures that they have and continue on and put out a lot of damage early on through the triggers of the Flame Breather while controlling their field, and then still utilize all of that removal that we already cast on their creatures now to their person with Invoke Calamity. It is doggone ridiculous. Talk about Omega Woofs, and that's the bird burn, you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a YouTube member to support as well, and most importantly, enjoy today's gameplay. On the draw, 3 lands ready to rip. 2 calamities. Really just looking for a Flame Breather. Ask and ye shall receive. In tapped, Breather out second. Right into a counterspell for sure, right? Without a doubt. So I'll chill out. We'll just hang out here. We can Sacred Fire for 2. Maybe they counter this, right? No. We know they have it, though. We have to cast that sorcery speed. I don't want to lose the breather, and I don't necessarily want to lose the impulse to a Wari or any other counter. That impulse is potentially our 4th land, which we need. We're sitting on 3 invokes, which is like a lot. Could be a hard counter. Guaranteed this does get countered though, but we get the 1 damage now as it's in play on the stack. That's not bad. They deluge. Us playing the Chandra is nice. They'll have to hold up counter magic, and we already have a creature in play, right? They're looking for life gain. Chandra in, we deal 1 damage. Chandra with a plus, we deal another damage.
Aw,
and we deal 3 more.
Singed.
Rem can stay. I like the haste. Let's hit for 1.
Now you've done it.
They're gonna try to exile it.
Enough.
Oh. They don't exile the breather?
The people.
They just take the block? Stopping 1 damage here. I'll end my turn. They hit Chandra for 2, that's the thing, hey? Well, potentially 3. I would like Chandra survive quite a bit.
Show them how
3/3
we
first
greet
strike.
our enemies.
Chandra down to 1.
You're just never gonna learn, are ya?
Main phase Memory Deluge. Have they not played a land this turn? Is that what's going on? It must be. Yeah. So we deal 1 damage here.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
Here's another. And then I think we could kill them. Because we go to our hand. We cast another Invoke. Then we cast a Shock. That triggers the Breather. And then this goes off again. We have another Evoke and a Play with Fire. And this is the combo. Like, this is a crazy thing that you can do. Because they just keep recasting themselves. I don't mind it. And then, you know, you just finish them off. And we have plenty of excess damage, right? Like, we're continue to go off there, which is like, woof. I'm glad I was actually able to demonstrate that because, you know, I've been playing with this a little bit, and if you can combo these Invoke Calamities together, there's no saying how much damage you can do. It's really ridiculous. Going first. Don't mind if I do, Hugh. Don't mind if I do. Flame Breather in hand is nice. Oh, that's not, though. White land. Hopefully we don't draw a second. Any red sources that are dual come down as red. Everything is red except for a single white source. Ouch, we miss out on damage. You jerk. Let's take our first 3. Pass turn. I guess just take the scry, right? Chandra's great.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres.
Put out another 4 damage here.
Let's bring things up
Down to
to
10.
a simmer.
And then Chandra can do whatever, really. If we get something good, we play it. If not,
Come on, Chandra. Think of something good.
attack. I think we should do this instead. It's more damage. An additional 2 damage. We should take it. We should have plussed, but... Oh, that's great. Really good stuff there. So that doesn't do any damage.
This is a fun idea.
We can pay for that. Put that 2 damage in. The 1/1 should have defended, but it's quicker just to attack all. Down to 4. Can we still get this? Times is tough. I mean, Rem hits for 1. The Den hits for 2. We lose Chandra. That's so sad. Down to 1, and there's lethal. 3, 4, 5. That's 6. Well, may as well play the Snarl as well. The shield is so good here. They need to gain life, which the March. The Meat Hook. They gain 2 life there. That sucks. Hit for another 2, back down to 1. Holy Toledo's. I'm nervous. They need to kill the 1/1 to gain life. Also stop the den. And gain life anyways for the Sacred Flare. By removing that 1/1. I mean, you know, their back couldn't be more cornered here. They take it though, they gain that life. They don't have a defender. The shield stops us from taking lethal. Because we have to pay to target them. But we hit for 2 damage here with the den. And we can still shock for 1. So that's fine. We still take it. Barely. See how much that shield slowed us down? That's crazy. Just like, full. 1 land to rule. Probably not. We do go first though, but there's no scry here. It's just like, risk it for the biscuit. What's our percentage on draw land here? 33% land. That is a mulligan. You still only get 1 land, goofball. But now we've got the scry, and I really do enjoy that scry. Because it can help us find that second land, right? So this 1 land hand is better than the other 1 land hand. I think I really need this to remove their next, like that play, the 2/2, you know what I mean? Oh my god, this sucks. If it's but what if it is a land there? Resolve. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this sucks. This is not good. Pull another green source. My turn. It's a land. Yes! Whew. We escape without having to scry for a land. There's the naturalist we were worried about. Can we risk it for a land? Or do we just take it? Risk it for a land. Come on, red source. Red source, red source, red source. Yes! And we get the removal in the same swipe. Beautiful. And we hit for an additional 1. All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Generous Visitor's not great. Kami's not great. Okay. You know, I do think it's as simple as this. It's not great, not ideal. But I do want to take them just both out immediately. And now we can take the turn off.
Without the sun, I'll light your way.
Just keep lacing in the damage.
Lucky this is a warning shot.
Hopefully they don't spaz out with life gain. They're down to 8. We are close. Beautiful. It's not an attacker with life gain. Down to 7. Down to 5.
Watch me heat up the dance floor.
We potentially draw land. It's land enough to me. For 1. Down to 4. They either hit for like 7 life gain here, or we should take the win next turn. 2 cards in hand. Rune of Sustenance for the draw. We just did a good job of taking all their creatures, right? And that's lethal. Even without Chandra.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Good game. Beautiful. But it's nice to beat the Runes deck. Just like, you know, straight through, non-stop fun here. Going first, realizing that my mic is only going to the right side. I literally have no idea why or how that's happened. The desktop audio is both sides. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll figure it out somehow. I've reset my mic. I believe in my OBS settings somehow, but I don't know how I changed that. Let's go to our turn. Thermo in. It needs the summoning sickness to be removed first. Properties. Still has not fixed it. Interesting. I thought maybe resetting some settings would work, but no. Not quite. So I'm actually just going to take this right now before they can sacrifice it or anything. And that keeps our Breather and Alchemist alive. Pass turn. Yeah, the audio's on the right side because I'm sitting on the right side of the screen, you guys. Yes. Filters. None of that. None of that. I mean, just finish your match. I don't want to be too rude to my opponent. Pass to combat. They're going to sacrifice artifacts. It's now a 3-1, which is pretty good, right? And that swings for 3. We let it through. They go down to 17, no blocks. Steward in play. Hit for 2. And turn, set a stop on their... Yeah, it's a new OBS update, spatial audio. It's just so weird. Maybe if I add a new input capture, I'll call it Mic 2. Resolve this Harvester. And then this is going to be Siren X. Siren X. Mic 2 is working, but there's no filters on it. Which is scary. Okay, so let's resolve this. Let's mute this other one. Filters. Add filter. Pass to their attacks. Compressor added. Noise gate added. Noise suppression added. Close. I think you guys can hear me, and I think it's coming through both Wiz-A's. We take 6 damage. Down to 11. Tap the Alchemist. Resolve. I think it's better now. Take our turn, untap. That's the land we wanted and needed. Let's play that. Let's tap. Blast. For too much damage. 4, 5, basically 6 damage. Let's take another swing at them here, because I think we just basically have... for another 3, 4, 5, 6. We get awfully close. That'll seal the deal next turn. Oh, wait, next turn? No. You're mistaken. You're mistaken. Hello, good game. Solving audio issues and winning mythic matches. Multitask. But there's a delay. We hear you, but there's a little delay we're gonna have to fix. Okay. Audio issues, totally solved. Keeping 7. Not a fantastic hand, but it's definitely not bad. We can find, you know, that 3rd land, 4th land, 5th land. Could be okay. Not it. That's not the land, man. Rabbit Battery is a really good card. We don't mind. We'll take the damage. Almost played the wrong land. Den needs to come into play first. Breather can, in theory, block the battery. Might also just be removed. Iki Jiki in the house. All right. Here's another breather. We have to blast token. I don't want them making treasures. I'll also hit for 1, down to 17 now. They get to discard and then draw that many cards. Typically, you know, only really a threat if they have black involved with the deck for the recursion. You know, bringing something back from the grave. I do like the discard and draw with Invoke Calamity, though. Should we have Iki Jiki in this deck? I feel like I want it now. It's so good. They slay a breather, hit for 1, down to 17. Looking for a land. We don't get it. Impulse, 1 damage. I mean, kind of. We swing for 1 here as well, and turn, play with fire for the scry, finding that 5th land. Doesn't really give us access to a ton. I mean, it's a nice combo, though. That will be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. Potentially, if we can get that land. Well, no, that's drastically reduced now. We're gonna slay Iki Jiki. Right, just trying to stay ahead of the card advantage. This learn really does help them, though. They're gonna gain life and grab that land with it. Just, to me, strange. I would take the draw, but maybe they've got a higher curve than I do. So we have to Reckless Impulse. I don't want to lose that value. Land in play. We already have a Stalwart. But how do you ignore that? Just swing for 2, down to 12. And now this actually reduces a lot of the damage that their spells would do to myself and my other creatures. So they can still obviously slay our Stalwart. But it's going to really help us, you know, kind of dodge some of that damage for a turn. At least, you know, they're focusing, right? For 1. There we go. This is getting tasty. It's for 3. We hit for an additional 2, down to 9. We're at 17, and, you know, let's rip. We've got these invokes. Hey, the dragon is good. The dragon potentially defends, but I don't know. Like, that's on them. Right? They'd have to choose to defend with that dragon, and I think that's a good choice. But again, I don't think they've got a lot of time, and we've got a lot of firepower ready to rip, so... I guess I would have maybe just attacked with both of them. Fine, though. One less point of contact. Let's take our turn. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. So here's 4 damage. The den can go. Oh, sorry, it's actually... Oh no, I forgot about the damage increase. Hello, good game. It's just it's a ton of damage. We were doing 3 damage per hit there, not 2. But it doesn't really matter. It's one of those decks where you're just like, here's my cards. Do I win yet? Right? We love it. Lord Raiden. Uh-oh. I'm nervous. This guy shoots lightning out of his eyes. And they're playing runes. You dog. Whoops. Oops. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. See, I can't even emote. I was gonna say nice. Can't even emote correctly. I don't want to play these slow, but at the same time, I need to immediately burn that naturalist. Beautiful. I mean, as long as we keep drawing lands, we don't have to play the spike fields. That's fine. I don't enjoy that, though. Like, fairly annoying. It sucks to waste mana on. But it keeps Chandra alive, right? And then they don't just boost it.
Listen, pal, I'm with the Gatewatch, so you might give a toast.
You know, typically we would, but not in this situation. Just kind of like a save it ordeal. Yikes. So not the good. We need a land, so this is how we grab it. Land is out for 2, we could go to 3. We could exile the Kami, leave the Naturalist, but the life gain, man. Ouch.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Not pleased with that. We've already played a land for the turn. If they equip to the 1/1, we can blast it, but I super doubt it. Wedding Announcement pushes up the Kami as well. Getting out of hand. We save Chandra. Down to 1.
Hey, you better not ruin my dress, buddy.
These announcements provide so much value. There's a double draw here. But this is where things might potentially start to look up. We don't have enough to kill this because there's nothing there. Let's take a little drawski and maybe we get something good. We do not. Might just toss Rem and hit for 2, and they're going to spend this turn to hit Chandra as well, I assume. Hopefully there's no life gain and we just race. Ouch. So they take Chandra and then hit us?
This went way different than
Probably not a bad choice, seeing as their damage output is so high. We want to land. Just gonna die. Right? 9, 10, 11. Doesn't take much to push these. And we're not killing them this turn. But so much damage to take away from them. We basically have to bet on the fact that they don't kill us next turn, which I don't know if we can do. We could have maybe blasted them and then kept as the oh gosh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Chico on trample. Holy Toledos. What a string of matches. I think Invoke Calamity might be the best Invoke. I certainly love the mono black variant. However, you can't combo it into another one and into another one like you can here while receiving excess amounts of damage through all of those triggers. I just think it's fantastic. What did you guys think of the deck? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about this weekend. We've got $450,000 of prizes up. Not by myself, but through the Magic tournament pool, and we will be commentating on such, and we're going to be opening some packs and playing some matches as well, which is pretty cool. So come hang out. We'll have giveaways going as well, which is super exciting. That will be on Saturday the 12th, while we're having the watch party of the championship, which is super exciting. So throw it in your calendars, and I can't wait to see you. Have a magical day. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Become a YouTube member even, maybe, Cheers. We'll see you.